Dear students, today we are going to discuss about the mechanism of hydrogenation of olefins using Wilkinson catalyst. First, on passing hydrogen into the solution of the catalyst in benzene, followed by the addition of olefin, the alkane is going to be formed. Okay, for that process, we are now seeing the mechanism. Here the L is a ligand and it is for simplicity mentioned as PPH3, that is triphenyl phosphine. You know what is Wilkinson catalyst? Wilkinson catalyst is tris triphenyl phosphine chlororhodium 1. In this diagram you are able to see that there are 3 L. Okay, those L are mentioned or represented as tris triphenyl phosphine. First, let us look on to the step 1. In the step 1, in a less sterically hindered phosphine complexes, the catalytic effect disappears. As small ligands do not readily dissociate, which is essential for catalysis, they render the catalyst ineffective. In the corresponding iridium complex, in which the metal phosphorus bond is stronger, apparently no dissociation takes place and hence catalytic behavior disappears. So in the step 2, it is called oxidative addition. What is called oxidative addition? An oxidative addition is leading to the formation of a 5-coordinated species in which the oxidation state rhodium is +3, that is raised from +1 state of the rhodium. This step is an oxidation reaction. The coordination number of the central metal ion is increased from 4 to 5. Okay, therefore you might have able to understand what is called oxidative addition. Oxidative addition is both involving the increase in oxidation state as well as the coordination number of the central metal atom. Okay, then hence this step is also an addition reaction. Since this step involves the both oxidation and addition, it is referred to an oxidative addition or reaction or Oxford reaction. Then let us come to step 3. Step 3 involves the coordination of the alkene to the potential vacant site on the 5-coordinate dihydrido complex to form the 6-coordinated species. In this step, the metal has not only weakened the alkene double bond by coordination, but has also brought the alkene and the hydrogen atoms into close proximity, where they react probably in a 2-step process and which can restart the catalytic cycle. In this step, the second role of the catalyst, namely the weakening of the bond between the 2 carbon atoms, is accomplished. Then let us come to step 4. Step 4 is an insertion reaction. It involves the insertion of olefin into metal hydrogen bond to give metal alkyl derivative. Okay, then let us come to step 5. It is the reductive elimination step. Reductive elimination step is the inverse of oxidative addition. Here the metal rhodium is reduced from oxidation state +3 to +1 state, and coordination number of the central metal is decreased from 6 to 4. In this step, the product alkane is formed. Okay, in this step only the product alkane is going to be formed. The third role of catalyst, namely the transfer of hydrogen fragments to the alkene yielding the product of alkane, is achieved in steps 4 and 5. Now let us discuss the advantages of Wilkinson catalyst. Advantages. Compared with the older process, which was likewise homogeneously catalyzed and marked by high reaction temperature of about 250 degrees Celsius and by pressures around 750 atmospheres, this new process operates under considerably milder reaction conditions. Then it is possible to selectively hydrogenate biologically active substrates such as steroids. The value of this catalyst is based upon the fact that hydrogens are transferred specifically to the cis position, not a trans position, that is, it is selectively used for cis position. Then last one. This catalyst is specific for the hydrogenation of terminal olefins due to steric reasons. Okay, there are in the second step and third points, we are able to conclude that this Wilkinson catalyst is selective for the hydrogenation of cis and terminal olefins. Okay, then let us come to disadvantage of the Wilkinson catalyst. Being a soluble catalyst, it cannot be removed easily at the end of the reaction by simple filtration. Due to this imperfect separation of alkane and rhodium complex at the end of the hydrogenation, rhodium is lost in practice, although the catalytic cycle shows no loss of rhodium. The separation of the catalyst at the end of the reaction is a major problem, and it is one of the reasons why industries have been unwilling to adopt homogeneous catalyst more widely. Because of the high cost of rhodium and the high cost of converting it into Wilkinson catalyst, this process is highly expensive, but however it is highly selective. Okay, in the lower classes you might have studied that hydrogenation. So hydrogenation under electrophilic addition. In those days you might have seen the catalyst. So what are all the catalysts you have applied for the hydrogenation of alkene? Yes, platinum, nickel and so on. Okay, but what is the substrate you are taking? That is the gaseous or liquid alkene. Therefore, the substrate and the catalyst were in the different phases, that is heterogeneous phases. Therefore, that type of hydrogenation were coming under the electrophilic hydrogenation, but in the heterogeneous medium. But here the Wilkinson catalyst is coming under the homogeneous medium, that is Wilkinson catalyst is readily soluble in the given medium, that is given organic medium. Therefore, we need not worry about the heterogeneous medium. Okay, but this homogeneous medium is now is maybe giving some small headache, that this rhodium catalyst, since it is homogeneous, the unreacted Wilkinson catalyst or some reacted byproduct of Wilkinson catalyst may not be filtered. Okay, this is the only problem. Even if we want to recover the Wilkinson catalyst, that is causing more complicated work. So this is the only headache when we are applying the Wilkinson catalyst. But however, as I told already, it is the good selective catalyst for the alkenes to undergo the terminal olefin conversion of alkanes and selectivity on the cis position. Okay, thank you. Let us meet in the next video.